What a nice night. I don't know the last time I was out under the stars like this, all flicker in the sky, blue and orange. Hey, blue and orange. That reminds me of something. It reminds me that it's time to go over the first part of 2026 for Power Fantasy. We got new presentations this year, you know we're doing it new, big in 2026. We're starting with our anniversary, so our 6th year anniversary. Start with 5 bouts. All 5 titles on the line, including interesting developments like Rhea Russell's debut leaving the Thermite Party, the return to the Dirty Sprites into the arms of the end of the fucking world, the official team name of Mars and Betsy Hubble, and a main event that has lit a fire under Bonami. We also had the first ever Managers Cup taking place that same Wednesday, crowning Prince Almas and El Dinosaurio as the best manager-wrestler pairing that night in that tournament. Moving on to the 18th, Cocksure got right to work as well in 2026, debuting a new member, the French defensive specialist and the man who broke John Bobson's neck, Billy Wet, as they moved to claim another victory over Pinrest, accompanied by Mistake. This week also had a hell of a bout from Grace Castaneda and the Blue Raptor, formerly Hijo del Dinosaurio, who scored a big win over the Thermite Party, and the debut of Goliath Lynch's new project, The Wolfman Murders. On the 26th, Mon Solimon defended the PF2 Championship again and made it clear that his destination was to double down and challenge for the ABT Grand Championship. We also had the continuation of Akane's feud with Drangsal. See, back at the anniversary, her defense against Neon Ferdinand was incited by Drangsal crashing her holiday party to demand that title match. Then they went toe-to-toe this week with Drangsal coming out with the win. And lastly, the Bad Time 3 qualifiers began a week early. We had 5 teams to fill, so we needed all 5 weeks before March, sending Luxury Levy and the Pacemakers into the tournament for the first time over the Fun Boys International. Starting February, Mistake struck back against Cocksure, defeating the French freshman. That was the only part of Cocksure's bad evening. Was not the only part, rather, as Orion and Flint spent 37 minutes firing every missile they had, only not to be able to put down the monsters of the Funhouse. We also had the start of a fierce rivalry between Rugby Water, the Jackalope Kid, and the Dirty Sprites, with Jackalope taking offense to comments Jago made at the rap party of the Power World Series. And in our main event, the Thermite Party would secure their 3rd appearance in our tournament, with Young Nowhere catching Rio out of nowhere to put down the Russells, teaming for the first time in years. The big news on February 9th was that in response to Jackalope tearing Jago apart, 1-800 Billion pinned Rugby Water in what is definitely the biggest win of his career. We then got one step closer to Mon's challenge for the ABT Grand Championship, and the Ballbusters added Mashley Addison to their ranks for the Bad Time 3. Akane, the presumptive third they would have added, would be unavailable as she was the ABT Light Champion, and ABT Champions are not permitted into the tournament. That whole situation will get a lot more complicated next week. I mean, everything was complicated on this show. As on the 16th, we had Grace and Blue Raptor running into House Rue and ended up finding it out to a double countout. The Afterman's warm-up bout for the Bad Time 3 ended up being a tremendous performance from PFU stalwart Keith Larson Jr. The End of the Fucking World mauled Hunger and Thirst for 25 minutes before picking up the 2nd win. That would move them to compete for the Grand Championship, a new rule for the PF Tag Team Championship this year to bring it in line with the PF2 Championship. Akane's Light Championship was similarly ruined outside the ring when the Ballbusters beat Dead Ringer down to the visible comfort of Akane, who's been trying to turn over a new leaf. And we told you Bonami had a new spark under him after falling short for the Grand Championship. He forged a team with his new partner Sam and Sam's partner Steve, joining the Bad Time 3 and defeating the Sumo Ballers. And then the last week, before the Bad Time 3 began, we had 3 memorable bouts, the first being the conclusion in this chapter of the rivalry between the Dirty Sprites Rugby and Jackalope. Rugby scoring a victory. And then Trash Again, the born-again Trash Man, sneaked his way into a victory over Tom Ryder, moving to the finals of the PF tournament after Mond cashed in the title to get that shot to start March. And in our main event, Penrest pulled a counter coup, bringing Noah Gripe back out of hiding to surprise Cocksure and keep Orion and Flint Trombone from being the only people to be in every Bad Time 3. This would not go unpunished. But before it was time for punishing, it was time for opening night. And our first night was really something. Our first bout was a war between the Junior Division and two beasts, with Tanky Bruce pitting Zunli Shaw only for the Ruheads to attack after the bell, causing more chaos. Rio Russell advanced over Rugby Water to meet Trash Again, and somehow Trash Again for the PF2 Championship the next week. The ABT Team Championship bout simply has to be seen to be believed, as does the Hierophant's dismantling of Mon Solimon. And to start the Bad Time 3, Bonamy and Dudes Rock put the Thermite Party down, opening the league with an emphatic sweep. It would not be the first. Week 2 of the Bad Time 3 featured 4 title bouts. Sorry. Okay, these are out-of-date notes, so I'm going to freestyle this one. It featured 2 title bouts. We needed to have new champions for the PF Tag Team Championship and the PF2 Championship, and those went to Hunger and Thirst out of a surprise submission call that has been controversial. The Dirty Sprites have been fighting it for the week so far since the results. The PF2 Championship went to Rio Russell after Trashman, who claimed to have given up fighting Americans for Lent, substituted a member of his constituency, or rather his congregation, a man known only as Gunlord, who could not get it done in 24:30. Cocksure, as a result of feeling spited by Noah Gripe's, basically they argued with the ABT Athletic Commission to be led into the Bad Time 3 since Noah got the last fall, but Penrest was the team, so they didn't let Cocksure in, but Cocksure will instead get several feature bouts during the Bad Time 3, including a close call against Keith Larson and D's Eyes. Those three have been fighting their way to try to make it onto the main roster. Very impressive this period. As was the return of Mona Lisa Handler, another one of the Trash Man's I keep saying constituents. It's just weird thinking the Trash Man has a church, okay? Anyways, Mona Lisa Handler is back and fought her son's situationship ex, The Dime, closing it in 18 minutes with a lariat. And then, as we said at the start, the Ballbusters of Mashley Addison, Ellen Ellis, and Giselle Thompson claimed a sweep of their own, setting two teams on a head-on collision to start the Bad Time 3. And that covers everything that's happened over these first 9 weeks. Coming up, the Bad Time 3 will continue until May. It's our biggest tournament. It's the thing we do every year. We love it. We also have the class of 2025, the undergrads of PFU, having a one-night tag tournament all to themselves the week before the Bad Time 3, so everyone involved in that show can rest. And on May 18th, the Bad Time 3 finals. We will crown our new champions. We will defend every belt in Power Fantasy, and then we'll have all sorts of good matches on the way there. We hope to see you there for all of the upcoming shows. And on top of next week, we will have the award winners for this period of Power Fantasy. And we'll see you there for that too. Now, if you excuse me, I'm just going to keep looking at the stars here.